things that have mass appeal have a tendency to be overrated. So people have this natural tendency to hate things at the top and to elevate things that are at the bottom. Secret Service, it's a good movie. GoldenEye, it's a great movie. And people want to pull down GoldenEye and they want to elevate Secret Service. You can nitpick the hell out of this movie, but you cannot hate a single frame of it. From the get-go, from the turn and shoot, it sets a tone of flawlessness. Not perfection, but just in every movement, every take. It's like Martin Campbell's whole approach was like, we're going to nail every microsecond of this movie. And I think that's why it's so hateable, because it's so flashy. I think people want to hate on Pierce Brosnan because he's flawless. That's why I call him the smooth Bond, because every movement of his is just smooth. I think there are certain fans out there that would prefer him to have some kind of flaw, you know? Like maybe he should have that scar on his cheek, like how he's described in the Fleming novels. If you're truly giving credit where credit is due, this movie is at the top of our list, hands down.
I disagree. It's the top of our list. So wait, are we ranking this movie? Can we just rank this damn movie and get this over with?
Clearly, Charlie has it at the top, but I want to hear what McCurdy. McCurdy, are you top 2, or are you also? Are you
I am
further down?
I'm not further down on this one, actually. I think Charlie. I mean, we've talked about this at Bond nauseum.
Bond nauseum.
Oh yeah.
But really,
Bond-nauseum.
It's number one, and we just kept saying all tonight. It's just number one for a lot of reasons. The things that I argued about on Imagine Secret Service, the reasons that Charlie would argue for Man with a Golden Gun, which I thought were still stupid. But it's like all the like his argument. It's like I get it when you're arguing GoldenEye, and my argument, I get it if you're arguing GoldenEye. It makes a lot more sense. I mean, it's basically. Back when we were talking about Honor Majesty's Secret Service, my whole point with that movie and why it still is a good movie is not because it's the hipster movie, but it's because it takes the character, it takes the story, it tries to look at it at a different light, and it adds something to the character that makes it kind of change the character just ever so slightly. And this movie kind of does that in that fact that we, instead of seeing, Bond just doing his own same thing, saves the world, blah, blah, blah. This movie, it's like, oh, no, this is a peer of his, somebody else that's another 00 that's just like him, who kind of took a darker path than he did. And now there's actually a little bit of a betrayal there. And then it's also questioning, like, is Bond still relevant at this point in time? Like, that's kind of the whole theme of this movie. And obviously, it does it so well. Like, the whole movie is just done so well. So, yeah, it's at my number one.
It's hard to talk about why it should be number one, because the moment you start talking about it, everything that makes it number one, it just has everything. And it's not like it just has it all in this list, check it off the boxes. It's that plus it all congeals into a singular, solid story that is satisfying from beginning to end.
I think License to Kill, as much as I know we ranked it very high on our last one, but it does stray away very far from kind of what felt like the formula, which was like the reason you wanted to go see a Bond movie in the first place.
Bond movie.
It's not a Bond movie. This movie is very firmly goes back to the Cold War roots. It goes back to the spy espionage story. It still keeps like this kind of revengey plot that
the bad guy is literally a fellow 00, which is just that's just
it
great.
It still stays within it, but it modernizes it. Like even though it doesn't do the Spectre thing with like which kind of starts to get into the comic book weeds a little bit. But this is like, no, we're still kind of staying true to what's modern and kind of grounds it a little bit in the story. And so it's just does everything just very well. Just so good.
Closing time, James. Last call.
On that note, I'm going to throw out my final element of this movie that completes the it has everything list. And that's the classic keeping Bond alive trope that I've talked about Bond nauseum. In this movie, Bond is kept alive for a specific purpose. Instead of just running away from assassins and all that Roger Moore stuff, when he's captured by Giannis, he's kept alive specifically to frame him and Natalia as the perpetrators of Severnaya.
Where is the GoldenEye? I assumed you had it.
I have an English spy, a Severnaya programmer, and a helicopter they stole.
Or at least that's what some traitor in your government wanted to
Who is
look
behind
like.
your attack on Severnaya?
Who had the authorization codes?
Russia may have changed, but the penalty for terrorism is still death,
And
Mr.
what's the
Bond.
penalty for treason?
Oh, stop it, both of you!
And then Bond manages to survive that, only to then later be recaptured by Alec, where he traps him in the train, and then he gives him the, 6 minutes.
Same 6 minutes you gave me.
What does that mean?
We've got 3 minutes.
But for me, it's got that core element of Alec could have just killed him in the statue yard, but he uses him as part of his bad guy plot until he doesn't need him anymore.
Kill him. The man just won't take a hint.
So I want to propose my rank of this movie. I think it should be at the very bottom. I think it should
I
be.
agree. That fucking riddle thing
that riddle is so
unforgivable.
bad.
Chair?
Ruined it.
I think it's worse than You Only Live Twice. I think it should be at the very bottom of the list.
You sit on it, and then you
that
can't
doesn't
take
make
it
any
with
sense.
A chair, I have. How many chairs have you carried in your life?
I know.
My proposition was GoldenEye at number 1, and all I wrote was, duh.
That's fine.
So
big surprise.
So sorry, Nikolai. Sorry, Blastoise. Sorry, everybody else. But you gotta give credit where credit is due. This movie fucking rocks. I don't see this stuff about Pierce being bad or nervous. Every time I watch it, I'm looking for a single tick where he should. Oh, I shouldn't be here, and I don't see it. I just see a guy just who feels like he's a continuation of every Bond that we've seen. I mean, the only tick he has is.
Okay, stop. We're done.
But anyway.
Stop it.
So,
we're going. Come on.
GoldenEye number 1, Goldfinger number 2. Fuck you, Goldfinger! We got you! We got you! We got you! Motherfucker! I love Goldfinger, but go f yourself. You done. You done.
Use a bumper! That's what it's for!
From Russia with Love, License to Kill, The Spy Who Loved Me, The Man with the Golden Gun, Dr. No, A View to a Kill, For Your Eyes Only, On Her Majesty's Secret Service, Thunderball, Octopussy, The Living Daylights, Live and Let Die, Moonraker, Diamonds Are Forever, You Only Live Twice. We did it, everybody. We finally got Goldfinger off the top.
We did it.
I just wish that number 3 was The Man with the Golden Gun, so it was GoldenEye, Goldfinger, The Man with the Golden Gun.
I'll just go back and change it.
No. No.
We're going to convince McCurdy one day.
No, he won't. I'm still thinking you guys are all